Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you've never visited me before. Today I wanted to go over my April TBR with you guys. So I wanted to just go over the few little books that I want to read in the upcoming month. April's in about a week, less than a week, since today's March 27th. So let's get into it. First up, we have A First Time Caller by B.K. Borson. I first saw this book on TikTok, I believe. If not, I don't remember where, because I saw it before it was published and I waited for it to come out, obviously before buying it. And I actually started reading it, you can see by my little bookmark. I only got to about chapter 4 before I had to stop because I had a bunch of exams and I haven't had time to read. So hopefully in the month of April, I'll get the time to read because I have a busy TBR, in my opinion. Busy to me, at least. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed the little bit that I've already read, because you have this guy here, Aiden, which is a talk show host for like a love channel on radio, like a dating advice channel. And then we have our main character here, our main female character here, who is a single mom, and her daughter calls in for advice from him. And then I mean, I haven't really read much past that, but obviously it's them two getting together at some point. But I think I'm gonna enjoy it. I love a good romance. I need that kind of cozy and lovey-dovey vibes in my life, just because school's pretty stressful and I don't have the mental capacity for too many fantasy books, even though I have a bunch lined up this month that I want to read. So next up, I have Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. Don't know how to say her last name, but we've got Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, and I'll be reading this on my Kobo. I read the other two on my Kobo, so they're all in here. I read the first one in 2023 when it came out. In 2024, I read Iron Flame when it came out. And then because of school and whatnot, I haven't had the time to read this yet, but I've heard a lot of great reviews, and I actually think I got a little spoiler for it, which is a little upsetting, but I'm not too peeved. I do enjoy a little spoiling myself, especially for TV shows, but for books, it kind of sucks sometimes. This one, I didn't want to be spoiled, and then I got spoiled, so it is what it is. But yeah, I think this one is also pretty big. I don't know how many pages, and I'm not going to bother turning on my Kobo for that, but I know that the hardcover looks quite huge, so it'll be a tough one to get through. And then next up, we have The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I actually have read this series before. I read it when it first came out. I believe I was in 9th grade, and then by the time I finally got around to reading A Kingdom of Ash, I was in maybe my 2nd year of university, and it had been quite a while since I'd read like the entire series close to each other, so I didn't remember a lot of details. But people on TikTok are either reading it for the first time, rereading it. The book series, I absolutely loved it. It is magnificent, and I really want to reread it. So I'm starting with The Assassin's Blade. I know that some people prefer having The Assassin's Blade in third order, I believe, in publishing order, because I believe it's Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, and then Assassin's Blade, or it's Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and then the Assassin's Blade. But I like publishing order, and I like or not publishing order, I like timeline order, because then we get to know everything beforehand, and then stuff later on in the books makes sense. I also have the original hardcovers, so this is what the first one looks like. They're absolutely beautiful, and I really, really, really want to get the paperbacks of the new covers, because I love a good paperback, and I love the new covers. I can't decide which of the two to get. I'm not about to get both paperback versions, because that's a lot of money, but I really do want to get the paperbacks because they're so pretty looking. Now, I do have the hardback, the hardcover there, but I also bought the 8-book collection on my Kindle, and will most likely be reading it from my Kindle, because it's easy, it's pocket size, it's convenient, a lot more convenient than carrying around a huge hardcover. So I will most likely be reading the hardcover whenever I'm at home, and then using my Kindle whenever I'm out. Now, I haven't really decided what order I'm going to be reading all these books in. I believe I'm going to start with First Time Caller, because I just finished Quicksilver by Callie Hart, which was good. I enjoyed it. I finished it about 2 days ago, which was a fantasy romantasy. So I think I want to start with a romance and then go into maybe the Assassin's Blade or maybe Onyx Storm. I do want to probably space out the fantasy books with a little romance in between them. I've got a couple of books behind me on my shelf, not these ones, but more to my left, like behind my head, that are on my TBR. So I'll have to go over those and see what they are, because I'm probably going to need a romance to a little palette cleanse after a fantasy. I love fantasy, but sometimes the worlds can be complicated and it can be a lot of information. Sorry. Sometimes it can be a lot of information. So, but yeah, and that's basically it. So we have First Time Caller, the Assassin's Blade, and then finally we have Onyx Storm, which I want to read. Those are on my April TBR. Hey, I'm cutting in. I realized that I had one more book that I want to put on my April TBR. It's a romance that will go in between the two fantasy books that I was mentioning before. I actually read this series out of order, even though they're like a standalone series kind of thing. Like, they don't follow the same people the entire time. It moves on to different couples. So I want to read the Hot Henry Effect. I read the second book first, whoopsies, but the second one was good, so I'm gonna read the first one, and that'll probably go in between the Assassin's Blade and Onyx Storm whenever I read those, in whatever order I read them. But I really enjoyed the second one. Kind of funny that I read it out of order and now I'm going back to read the first one, but it was really good. So this one will be added to my April TBR. But yeah, so hopefully I can get through those next month. If not, it is what it is, and I'll catch up in the summer. Alrighty, well, thank you guys for joining me. Leave a like and comment and subscribe. thank you for watching the video, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye bye.